Okay, let me say this and let me say it clearly. I don't know why I always start my videos with let me say this. You all know I'm very unserious, right? But let me say this, and I'm not going to sound really harsh. If I would say I'm always blunt, but it needs to be said. Stop calling yourself a social media manager until you can actually manage social media. And no, I'm not talking about just posting or designing or making a nice Canva template or just writing a caption and adding hashtags, because somewhere along the line, people have started reducing social media management to just content posting. And that's one of the biggest reasons why this industry is so misunderstood. A lot of people are calling themselves social media managers when what they really are or what they really know how to do is just create content. And those are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Because why am I seeing a post on Twitter that says people are going to learn on the job? Somebody got a client and then somebody's like, oh, I'm going to learn on the job. Why are you getting a client and learning on the job? It's like you going to a doctor that did not go to medical school and they are telling the doctor, oh, learn on the job. So the doctor will cut you and operate on you to learn. It's the same way you will not allow a quack doctor to operate on you or somebody that is claiming to learn on the job to do that to you, your body. It's the same way you don't do that to somebody else's social media page, because that's their whole business. Like a lot of people don't have like physical stores. They have social media pages. And if they trust you as a social media manager and give you access to that page, you cannot afford to be learning on the job. You need to go for proper training. Now, if you're new here, my name is Omabalaji Ajibari. I am your social media manager's favorite social media manager. I am a creator, economic strategist, and educator. And on this channel, I break down what it actually takes to grow, position yourself, and make money as a creator or social media manager without all the noise that you see online. So let's get into this. Let's get into it. Now, I want to start by saying this clearly. This video is not about tearing anybody down. Yes, before people come for me, I'm not tearing anybody down. I'm just raising the standard, because I think one of the biggest problems in this space right now is that people are entering social media management through the smallest visible part of the work. They learn how to use Canva, or they learn how to use CapCut. They learn how to schedule content with Metrical, and they maybe understand a little bit of Reels, or maybe they manage their own personal account and then they grew to 100,000 followers, and you think you can replicate it on another person's page, and then immediately they start calling themselves a social media manager. I've seen this before. Somebody that grew a fashion account, she has a fashion influencer, on her bio she just kept social media manager. Huh? From where to where? You start offering social media management as a service. But when a brand or a business hires a social media manager, they're not hiring somebody just to keep their page active. They're hiring somebody to help them show up properly online. They're hiring somebody that can think how the brand communicates, to pay attention to what is working, what's not working, to bring structure, direction, to help the brand or the business use social media in a way that actually supports their business or their brand. And it's a much bigger job than just posting. And I really think that we need to talk about that more honestly, because a lot of people are frustrated in this field. Clients are frustrated, social media managers are frustrated, brands are confused, a lot of newbies are overwhelmed. And part of that reason is that people are stepping into this title before they've actually even stepped into the work. So when I say stop calling yourself a social media manager until you can do this, I'm talking about the actual things that make the role real. The actual things that show that you're managing something and not just touching it. Because it's not about posting. And I've used 4 minutes to talk and I have not even gotten to my first point. Until you can understand what the business you are working for is, you're not a social media manager. And that's the first thing. Stop calling yourself a social media manager until you can understand the business behind the account. And I'm starting here because this is one of the biggest gaps that I see. A lot of people look at a brand's page and only think about the content they're going to post or the content they're going to create. Oh, what should I post? What kind of trend should I join? What kind of reels should I make? But a social media manager has to understand more than content. And what does this business actually do? Who are they trying to reach? What are they trying to be known for? What are their goals right now? Is it for awareness? Is it for sales? Are they trying to build a community? Are they trying to be more credible? Are they trying to drive traffic to their website? Because if you don't understand the business of social media and you don't understand the business itself, your content decisions are just going to be shallow. Yep. You will be posting things that look nice. You'll be posting things that sound trendy, but then there will be no real direction behind it. And this is where a lot of people actually miss it. They think social media management starts with content calendars. No, it starts with understanding. Because once you understand the business, your ideas become better, your decisions become sharper, your strategy becomes clearer. If you cannot look at a brand and understand what they need from social media. You're not just managing, you're assisting with content, and there's a difference. If you don't know that, please forget about social media management. Yep. Number 2, until you can read a page and tell what is wrong, until you can look at a page, read it, and tell what is wrong without even looking at the analytics, stop calling yourself a social media manager. If you cannot identify what is working, what's not working after reading a page, please, that title is not for you. Because it's so important, because management requires observation, it requires analysis, it requires you to look at a page and ask real questions. Questions like, is this brand clear? Is their messaging, is it consistent? Does their content actually make sense? Does the page feel random? Are they just posting for posting? Do they have a niche? Is it broad? Does the content look fine? Is it aesthetically pleasing but it says nothing? Or does the brand sound like itself or somebody else or everybody else? A real social media manager should be able to audit what they are seeing. If you cannot audit a page that you are seeing, please, you're not a social media manager. And I'm not saying this in a, how will I say it, to make it to overcomplicate it or to make you feel bad, but in a simple way, you can just look at the page and you can tell whether that page lacks direction. You can spot the weak spots from the page. You can tell where the hook, the content is repetitive, when the messaging is vague, when the brand is posting, but they are not actually communicating anything useful. Because if you cannot diagnose the problem, how will you lead to the solution? A lot of people want to just jump straight into creating, but content creation without diagnosis is guesswork, and I'm starting to sound like AI. But yeah, a content creation without diagnosis is you guessing. It's guesswork. And guesswork is one of the fastest ways to waste your time and waste a brand's time, which I am begging you not to do. Because you're giving everybody in the industry a bad name. That's why they think interns are the only ones that can do social media management. Whereas people that are in social media management have been there for years. Another thing I will tell you is until you can think beyond posting, please don't call yourself a social media manager. Stop. And I'm saying it properly and I'm saying it in the nicest way possible because it has become the center of how people define the role. And posting, yes, it's part of the job, but it's not the whole job. A real social media manager thinks about the full picture. What kind of content mix should I post today? What kind of content builds trust? What kind of content drives engagement? What kind of content supports sales? What kind of content helps people understand the brand? What kind of content attracts the wrong or right audience? It's bigger than what should I post today. And if your entire understanding of social media management is based on the posting frequency, you are thinking too small. Because brands do not need someone whose main contribution is what do we post today or we posted today. They need somebody who can make sense of what it is that they are actually doing online. Somebody who can connect content to outcomes. Someone who can think about the content in layers. And somebody who can actually give meaningful results. And this is why a lot of people in this industry get replaced. Because once your role is reduced to just posting, it becomes easier for people to question why they are paying you. Why exactly are they paying you? But when your values is in your thinking as a social media manager, that changes everything for you. Until you can create with intention, please don't call yourself a social media manager. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about it because a lot of people create content that actually looks nice, aesthetically pleasing. Some even get very good engagement. They go viral. But can they explain why that content exists? Can you explain why you jumped on that trend? Why did you use that sound? What's the topic? What's the angle? Why did you use that hook? Why did you use that message? Why exactly did you create that reel? Can you explain what this piece of content is supposed to do? Because when you create with intention, it feels different. It's not random. It's not a filler post. It's not, I'm just posting to stay active or I'm just posting because I want to post. It has a reason behind it. It's either to build trust, to educate, to bring new people in, to support an offer, or to make the audience understand the problem clearly. But whatever it is, there should always be a reason behind every post that you make. You think I'm just posting on YouTube for posting's sake? Or you think there's no intention behind every single video I post on YouTube? You need to stop asking, what can I post, if you don't want to just be a poster. A social media manager doesn't just ask, what can I post? They start asking, what is this post supposed to achieve? That's what's going to change the quality of your work. Until you can write in a way that fits a brand, don't call yourself a social media manager. And I don't mean grammar. I don't mean big words. I don't mean captions that sound decent. The tone, brand tone of voice, brand clarity. Can you make it sound like the brand itself? Can you write in a way that matches the audience? Can you make a service-based business or a service-based brand sound very clear and trustworthy? Can you make a founder-led brand sound more human? Can you make a premium brand feel polished without sounding cold. Because writing is a huge part of this job, and a lot of people underestimate that. They think as long as they can write a nice caption, that's okay. No. Can you communicate the brand properly? Can you make the audience feel like they are hearing one clear voice? That's why I always tell people, when you're writing, write like you're speaking to one person. And that's how my videos are. It's like I'm speaking to a friend, even though I'm speaking to the camera. Can you do that? If not, don't call yourself a social media manager. Now, this one, kind of tricky. But until you can understand people, don't call yourself a social media manager. Because social media is not just about platforms. It's about people. It's about being social. So why do people stop scrolling? Why are they ignoring certain posts? Why do they save one thing but they skip the other one? Why do they buy? Why do they comment? Why do they like? Why do they look without engaging? If you don't understand people, your content will always feel flat. You may post consistently. You may use all the right features. You may follow what you think are the best practices. But if you don't understand how people respond, how people connect, how people make decisions, you will struggle to create content that actually lands with the target audience. A social media manager should know how to think about attention, how to think about emotion, clarity, what the audience needs to hear, not what the brand needs to say or what the brand wants to say. And this is why some content performs well, even when it looks simple, because it understands the person on the other end of the screen. Until you can look at data and make sense of it, this is the most important part. Numbers. Until you can look at it, I promise you're not a social media manager. Until I became a numbers girl and I left the aesthetic flower, ribbons, all those ones, love, hearts, emoji, those pink ones, I did not know what social media meant, because it's the data that informs the strategy. And I don't mean dwelling on the insights tab and saying, oh, this post did well. The interpretation. Can you look at the data and ask useful questions like, oh, why did this post perform better than this one? Was it the topic, maybe the hook, the format, the timing, the level of readability? Is it the audience feeds? Can you see what the numbers are trying to tell you and interpret it? Because if you cannot read the numbers properly, you cannot improve. And this is another reason why a lot of people stay stuck at the execution level. A lot of people post, they get the results, they move on. There's no reflection, there is no learning, there is no pattern recognition. But social media management requires interpretation. It requires you to learn from what has happened and use that learning to grow and make better decisions. And this is where your growth comes from, not just from activity. And until you can communicate professionally, not like an idiot, stop calling yourself a social media manager. Because a lot of them, oh God, a lot of you communicate. I'm not calling you an idiot, Bob. Because some of you are very good at your work, but you have terrible communication skills. And that weakens the entire client process, the entire experience anybody has with you. How do you explain your ideas? How do you update your clients? How do you ask questions? How do you set expectations? How do you present your work? A lot of client frustration is not just because of bad content. Sometimes it's because the communication feels messy, unclear, late, too casual, too reactive, too everything. And once communication is weak, the trust starts to drop. And a real social media manager should know how to carry the work well, not just do it. The experience of working with you should feel clear. It should feel stable. It should be easy to follow, because people are not just hiring your skill. They are hiring your ability to manage an area of their business without actually creating confusion. And until you can create this structure, please don't call yourself a social media manager, because this is where a lot of people struggle. You don't know how to create structure, and structure is not the glamorous side of social media management, but it matters. Can you organize your content properly? Can you build a simple workflow? Can you track revisions, approvals, content, ideas, publishing plans? Can you do that? Because when there's no structure, everything starts to feel heavier than it should. You forget things, you rush things, you miss deadlines, you become too reactive, and that doesn't just affect you. It affects your client, it affects the work, it affects consistency, it affects everything, your mental health. A real social media manager should not be carrying everything in their head. There should be a process to it. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be clear enough that the work feels managed. Until you can take ownership of a brand, stop calling yourself a social media manager, because a lot of you just manage pages and feel like, oh, it's not fun. I just want to post and post for nonsense sake. There's a big difference between people who are just doing tasks and people who are actually in the role. Can you own part of the work? Can you raise ideas? Can you identify the gaps? Can you tell your clients, oh, I think we need to adjust this? Can you take responsibility for improving what is in front of you. Because if you're always waiting, you're always following, you're always needing the clients to lead everything, then you're not really managing, you're just helping. And helping is fine, especially when you're still growing. But helping and managing are not the same thing. So you might just be a social media helper. Management requires some level of responsibility, and it requires you to carry the work with intention, not just to respond or not just to follow. And until you can connect your content to the bigger business goal, stop calling yourself a social media manager. And this is where maturity in the role starts to show, because when you are new, it's easy to think in small units. You think, oh, one post, one reel, one caption, let's take it one day at a time. But over time, you have to start thinking in connection. How does this month's content support the brand's focus right now? How does this content help move the audience closer to trust, interest, or action? How does this support the launch, service, event, or brand direction? That's where the real social media management begins, and that's where it happens. And this is what also happens when you explain your value better, because now you're not just saying, oh, I posted 5 times this week. You're actually showing how that work fits into something meaningful. And last but not the least, until you can handle feedback without falling apart, until you can handle it properly, you're not ready to be a social media manager, because not every idea will be approved. Not every client will communicate perfectly. Not every draft will say the same. And part of doing this work is learning how to handle feedback without actually becoming defensive, without actually becoming discouraged or confused every single time. Can you listen? Can you filter useful feedback from messy feedback? Can you ask clarifying questions? Can you improve the work? This matters because social media work is collaborative. There will be adjustments. There will be revisions. There will be conversations. And the way you handle your role says a lot about you. And until you can see the difference between content creation and social media management, maybe it's better for you to just remain a content creator. Because a lot of people genuinely confuse the two together. Content creation, yes, is one part of our work, a very important part, but social media management is wider. Social media management includes analysis, communication, things like workflow, audience understanding, brand alignment, content direction, and so on and so forth, with community, performance review, and all of that. So if all you know how to do is create content, that doesn't make you useless, but it doesn't make you a social media manager. It just means you are a content creator, or maybe a creator assistant, or maybe a junior social assistant, but not a social media manager. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to stop rushing into titles that require more than we currently know, because that creates pressure, confusion, and weak client experiences, and gives everybody a bad name. And honestly, there is nothing wrong with growing into this role properly. It's better than forcing the title early. So give yourself time. And this is where I am going to land. Social media management title is not the goal. The skill is. Because once you actually know how to do the work, the title will make sense. But when you change the title before the skill, everything else starts to feel quite shaky. You struggle to explain what it is that you do. You struggle to deliver deeply. You struggle to hold your own in conversations with clients. You struggle to grow because your foundation is weak. So no, this is not me saying that you have to know everything before you start. That's not realistic. You won't know it. I didn't know everything when I started. But if I'm being honest with you about where you are right now, I'm going to tell you that you need to be willing to grow properly, learn the full picture, and respect the role enough to understand what it actually requires. Because social media management is not small work, and it is not light work, and it deserves to be treated with more seriousness than, oh, I know how to post. So before you call yourself a social media manager, ask yourself these questions. Can I understand the business? Can I spot what is not working? Can I think beyond posting? Can I interpret data? Can I communicate clearly? Can I bring structure? Can I take ownership? Because that is what the role actually asks for. And once you can do that, you're not just calling yourself a social media manager. You are one. Now, if this video made you think, oh, I'm not a social media manager yet, or I've got it all wrong, let me know what you think and ask me questions in the comment sections. And don't forget, my name is Omobola Jejibari. I am your social media manager's favorite social media manager, and I will see you in the next one.